Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. Last episode we made our way all the way up to this ruins here in Old Arkovia. And we killed a bunch of bugs.
That skill's not
That's about all we did. There's quite some area in Old Arkovia over here. And this time we are gonna continue indoors into the actual ruins of Old Arkovia. Because, well, there's undead outside, but there's even more undead indoors, and we need to purge them. So it's almost like I'm leaving off where, or like I'm starting where we left off last time, but couldn't be further from the truth. Actually recording this about a week later, and before I sat down to record this, I did about 2 hours of just farming. I just went back to previous areas, and I think I murdered every wasp that's in the game up to this point, and ghosts and other forms of undead have not really been spared either. So I know there's bits and pieces, and I've been all over the place, and the reason for that is because I've been upgrading gear. Also found some nice things, but this serrated shell that's been socketed into this really shiny new shield. The serrated shell is really nice. It has 112 piercing retaliation, plus 20% to all retaliation damage, reduced shield recovery time, and the granted skill Brutal Shield Slam is a massive improvement over the Shield Slam we used to have. And this is really nice. The shield itself is also a nice bonus, 66 Vitality Retaliation, 30% to all retaliation damage. It's the amount of retaliation that we now have. Most white mobs kill themselves in 1 or 2 hits now, when they just manage to hit us. The problem is, of course, if due to our high defensive ability they don't actually hit us, then it might take them a couple tries before they achieve suicide by damage reflection. But we're getting there. We're finally getting to the point where I wanted to get, and that is retaliation. So Brutal Shield Slam is a pretty strong improvement over the original Shield Slam. It does a ton of damage, 300% of the offhand weapon damage, a bunch of extra physical damage, chance of internal trauma. It has a stun, generates additional threat, hits up to 3 targets. This is really nice. This is now my #1 damage dealer against bosses. So that's saying something. Found a shiny helmet, Templar's headgear. Gives us a bunch of health, defensive ability, a ton of fire resistance, and more armor than the previous one. And a weapon that gave us some more damage. There's really nothing really special about it. But the side effect that we now are shifting some of our damage to ether. And I believe we have a ring here that has 5% attack damage converted to health. So together with the 4% attack damage converted to health from the Hollow Fang, we're leeching 9% of our attack damage as health, which is pretty darn useful. Our body armor now contains a rotten heart, which is a component that I managed to buy the blueprint for from the fine folks in Devil's Crossing, because we now have enough reputation to shop for blueprints. The killer feature here is 75 Acid Retaliation, and because our retaliation damage versus most elements is now plus 100%, actually against everything, that's doubled to 150. Fatality is 132, fire is 104, pierce is 284. In total we have 670 points of damage retaliation. So yeah, I'm pretty darn happy with this. But yeah, it was quite some work to get it, because for the serrated shell is a 4-part crafted item, and each part requires a full serrated spike and a battered shell, which both drop from wasps, which is why I've been purging the face of the planet for wasps, because they dropped the components I needed. After that I wanted to craft a rotten heart, and they need frozen hearts, which I already have had a bunch of, but they drop off nagas if you're looking for them. And then there is the mutating ichor, and there is the roiling blood. And for that, places with ethereals and ghosts seem to work reasonably well, but they have been way less reliable in dropping compared to other things. But we are finally where I wanted to be. Ooh. So if we just focus on this, archer, look at this knight. It's a yellow knight. Every hit is just 20% of its life. It's a yellow knight. Regular mobs, they just kill themselves. So the nice thing is that if regular trash mobs will kill themselves, then we can ignore them. And we can put our focus instead on ranged attackers, priests, casters, things like that. Okay, dokie, and then we go there. So another thing is that I got a comment from the Oak Tree Watcher who reminded me that the Messenger of War divination constellation is a pretty useful one. I think while theory crafting, I did have a brief look at it and dismissed it because it requires purple. So the Messenger of War has 50% to all retaliation damage and some armor, 240 points of just flat piercing retaliation, some movement speed, another 30% to retaliation plus 207 pierce retaliation, 25% damage reflected, which is one of the things why Oak Tree Watcher actually mentioned this, and an activated ability 20% chance when hit by melee attacks, and this will add another 720 piercing retaliation plus another 40% to all the piercing retaliation, as well as some movement speed, and it lasts for 8 seconds out of every 30 seconds. So this is a pretty massive bonus to both retaliation and to reflection, which I have been intrigued by but haven't really gotten enough to use it effectively. We have the blue, which is called again Primordial. Yes, we got the blue stuff, but we don't have the purple stuff, which is the Ascendant. So I started looking through the theory craft for what we have down the line, because all the things we currently have are useful. We're currently working on the Dryad to get us enough white points so we can get the Shield Maiden. Shield Maiden is one I wanted because retaliation damage, piercing retaliation, internal trauma over time. There is shield damage blocked, more block chance. Now this is all about shielding and retaliation, so this really fits with our build. After that though, things get less clear. The lizard here, it's health and health regen, which is nice, synergizes with our Overguard, but it's not based on shield and it's not based on retaliation. This is sustaining rather than retaliating. But we'll pick this so we can get to the skills of Okama. I think, no wait, this is blue. Then we got the skills of Okama here, which give us some more white, but this is mostly just health and some regen and some bonus to damage and some leech. Again, it's defensive, but it doesn't fit. And then after this we get a blue starter, and then we pick up the obelisk here. Defensive, armor, shield damage blocked, shield chance, some maximum pierce resist, chance on block stone form, which is defensive, some retaliation. But this and after that Targo the Builder, which is also defensive, but not really. It has some reflection, some blocking, but it's not strictly. So I actually have to agree with Oak Tree Watcher that the Messenger of War is really appropriate for this build, and I think that after we get the Shield Maiden, I'll actually change the theory craft so that we will go towards the Messenger of War. For the Messenger you need 3 purple. We don't have any purple, so you could go with a purple starter and then get any of the purple things. No, something like the rat, which is gives you another 2. The bat over here gives you another 2, so that gives you enough. There's a viper over here, though they're not really that appropriate, but they will just get you there. Alternatively, we got the Wraith, which gives you also 3 purple, and it requires blue, so you can just get into it, and it's 4 points. So that's on par with going with purple starter and then picking any of the purple ones. Picking up the Wraith allows you to directly go to Messenger of War. So I just wanted to point this out because I think it's a really good suggestion. And I'll probably adapt the plans to go towards here, though. I think once we finish the Shield Maiden, we are at least done with normal. So we'll have to see. That said, though, let's get started. I think I actually forgot to set my timer. So I think I've been going on for about 5 minutes. Just lots of theory crafting and things like that. So let's see if we can kill some undead. Less talking, more killing. No, but no, if you're still with this series, then no, you do appreciate my style of theory crafting as well as killing demons. So I think it will be okay.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, there is an undead to kill here. Oh wait, no, this is not the undead, this is the lectern that was about. Yes, we needed 3 of those. Get some literature for the folks back at home. Right, hello priest. Goodbye priest. Oh, another priest. All the priests must die because they heal the other undead. And as such, I really don't like them. Because they make an adventurous life way, way harder than it ought to be. So, this is why you want reflection. Because just this many archers are just annoying to deal with. Because you actually, like some other build, you would actually have to go after the monsters and just hit them in the face till they stop. And do you know how hard it is to hit a ghost in the face? Exactly. Good thing is, the priests have a very nice sickly, yellowish, greenish aura to them, so at least you can pick them out. Makes it easier to murder them. The one confusing part about continuously knocking mobs down is that it's really easy to think that you killed something while all you've done is just knocking it back. It does get confusing at times. Okay, backtrack a little bit because there's another lectern over there. That gets us that quest. Good. Right. And we get Arcanum Oil as a reward. Okay. There's a priest.
That skill's not ready.
So the new shield bash is definitely a skill I keep using. It's the nice green one over here. It's really, really good for killing, well, anything. It does a ton of damage. Downside, of course, it has a 3-second recharge, so using it as your standard attack, not the most useful thing. But it is on the central loop. I believe it's usually just a bit of an outline. So we'll go here. Hello, ghost. There is an ether wraith, corrupted. Let's do some overguard. Okay, we've been surrounded. Might as well just do some blade arcing here. So we still have quite a bunch of health regen, as well as lifesteal based on just all the damage we do with our attacks. So we have a pretty decent way of sustaining ourselves. And pretty regularly, words, they're difficult today. But pretty regularly we do get our Overguard. And Overguard boosts our life regen by quite a percentage. What are we up to now? 90% increased health regeneration.
I can't do that yet.
So I'm assuming it stacks, or it adds to the amount of percentage-based health regeneration you get from other items. So it's not multiplicative, but additive with that. Would be a bit abusive
can't do
otherwise, I
that
think.
yet.
But still, it definitely adds up. Right. Let's hunt archers. Ooh, treasure. I like treasure. Okay, so these are meleers. We can just ignore them because they will follow us
Can't
like
do that yet.
puppies. And then they will kill themselves. Hopefully not like puppies, because that would be cruel. Why am I even making these comparisons? Anything in relation to Grim Dawn only gonna end
That
poorly.
skill's
So,
not ready.
yeah. Alright, Nomus Drid. Your final days have passed or something. These little guys. There's one hit. If they hit, split. Pretty satisfying though.
That skill's not ready.
So once we hit level 35, we can go on a shopping spree in Devil's Crossing for some new gear. And a lot of the gear there has procs that cause skills to trigger, explosive damaging skills to trigger when you get hit. Things like earthquakes and such. So I'm pretty excited about that prospect. Just have to see what's available when I'm actually at 35 to see what's an upgrade versus what won't be an upgrade. Because, well, gear has a habit of changing from what's an upgrade to what's not an upgrade pretty quickly. And you usually end up finding pretty nice items the moment you decide to spend your hard-earned iron bits
That skill's not ready.
on something from the shop. That's usually the moment where you can almost just count on it that you will find an upgrade from a monster drop or something. It's almost like the game is actually tracking you. Oh, interesting. Harness of balanced steel. This is more armor. Bonus to piercing damage, some health built into it, some piercing resistance, less than the other one though. And a ring of steel. So I like ring of steel, chance to trigger, but it does need to be accompanied by better stats than what my current armor is. But this does give hope. And we keep finding more of these spectral shields. It's also something that Oak Tree Watcher pointed out to keep an eye out for, but I was already lucky enough to find this one just outside. 105 vitality retaliation. That's a lot more than what I currently have. So this is... Well, we'll find better stuff. Let's just continue. Hello. Something. There's a unique in here. Well, first take out the priest though. Yes. You, Balthazar, the eternal servant of Dreeg.
I can't do that yet.
You. See, we keep knocking him down, which is pretty cool. So that's part of the blitzing. Bye bye. Jet claw, some other stuff. Ooh, a ring? Nah, not an upgrade. Okay, priest. Yeah, I saw you fly away, just double checking. Are you dead yet? Now you are. Good, good. Another priest over there, and another priest in the back, and an archer next door. And a priest here. Bye bye, priest. Okay, that archer is not getting up anymore either. Let's just double check here. I believe there was a shrine somewhere on this side. I'm not quite sure if it's this level or the next. I do know that the shrine was to the corner there. Or am I mixing this with the Undercity? We will find out once I'm there. Bunch of chests here, that's always nice to loot. Getting pretty full on loot already, which is good. That's a luxury problem, something you want to go for. So I probably should be going for the archers and the priests, not necessarily for the meleers. Especially no, if there's priests around, then going for the really sturdy meleers is actually not in your interest because they will just get healed again. So archers.
I can't do that yet.
Oh, priest around the corner. Yes, we got him. Yeah, I think his head is in a completely different space now than the rest of his body. Again, just go for the non-meleers. And the meleers will follow, but they'll weaken themselves a lot beforehand. Right. So this is not the level with the shrine.
I can't do that yet.
If it were, it would have been there. Instead though, I did find an exit there, but I remember there being something over there as well. Could be that that's the exits, and we could actually just quickly go through, tag the waypoint and get the heck out, and then go into the depths of the Undercity. Definitely find myself using more energy than before.
That skill's not ready.
Simply because I have more skills to use that are actually pretty darn useful.
That
Okay.
skill's not ready.
Are you dead? No, you're not dead. So knocking away something that's not dead is not really useful sometimes. Most of the times.
My energy is low.
Okay. That priest is dead.
That skill's not ready.
So there is level 2 is there. Okay, so this was actually the exit, and this is deeper into the dungeon. Then the staircase over here is where we will exit once we go down here, and then we'll be able to quickly go there. So at least no scouting out most of the level helps.
That skill's not ready.
Right. You die now, pretty please. Right. And we go here. So we go into the depths, we kill all the ghosts that need killing. I think that they are the rulers of the noble houses of old Arkovia. Or something like that. Basically the ones that sided against the king. King Rowan, of course. It's actually just leaving a portal there as a panic portal, as I have gotten into the habit of doing. But of course on hardcore there is no real need for panic portals. Well, panic portals for escaping, yes, but panic portals
Can't do
for
that yet.
coming back to after you have died due to something stupid. Well, on hardcore you don't have that because there are no second chances. But still, it's this place where I think I actually for the first time just tried to more consciously put down the portals, and just seeing that triggered the association. But obviously, there's no point. Okay, you.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, lots of ghosts here. Let's switch to some AoE. Nuking. Ooh, that's a lot of meteors, but not really doing anything. Laudus Vagra. I'm sorry to say, buddy, but your aim is really, really off. Also, just interrupting our time together here to deal with these caster, because the caster has been annoying. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, we're not really taking any damage here, which is not something I'm complaining about, just observing. Because I know bosses can do a lot of damage, but well, we are resisting cold damage quite a bit. We picked up a blueprint for the eye. Currently our cold resist is at 72%, so that's pretty fairly decent. Blueprint for the eye, that's a two-handed ranged weapon, which is not truly relevant for us. Since of course we are sorted boards. And we just keep pushing.
I can't do that yet.
Might soon be forced to make a quick town stop to empty my pockets. But that's eventually gonna happen once we can't pick up any more gear. Let's see, there's a priest here. Priest there. Okay, I think we got the priests. Now we got some of these casters.
That skill's not ready.
So putting Overguard up is just really nice for just outlasting your opponents. Because it boosts your health regen, so if you are investing in health regen, Overguard is only gonna synergize with that. Okay. Hello, Gargantua. Let's double check that there's no priest nearby, because otherwise this is gonna get a long and arduous process. I think we're fine. This is just a toxic archer. And that was all of them. So interesting how ghosts will just randomly pop up in some places. Based on some cues. They don't always make sense. They might have location-based triggers rather than multiple context-based triggers. That would have been pretty nice if during the fight the ghost had descended upon me, for example, to increase the difficulty of the fight a bit. Rather than being afterwards, after the fight had already passed. But might have been a conscious decision to do it that way. I am not sure. I do know that we are gonna kill this priest. Okay. And then we're gonna go back to the other thing. And there's a priest over there. Silly undead, always just popping up from the ground. Way after you have passed. And there's another priest with them as well. And we'll take it out. Hey. think we... Geez, even more. Come on. Make up your mind. Either you spawn or you don't, but you don't spawn in multiple pieces. That's just rude. Inconsiderate. It's almost like backtracking, but like soft backtracking. There is loot here to compensate us for it, so I guess that's okay. This is, yeah, reminder that there's stuff on the other side. Then we push through. Ghosties. Okay. Another room, couple more ghosts, more ghosts. We'll just go to our blade arc here for just dealing with being surrounded by stuff. It's not as splashy as Blitz is, but it will also prevent mobs from being flung around the room, so we have to chase after them. Now, if you got them all bunched up in a small confined space, might sometimes be better to just keep them where they are. I mean, Blitz does a lot of damage, but might be better for just more powerful opponents or just moving into stuff that's annoying, like ranged opponents. Okay. Yeah, see, I knew there was something over here. Yeah, hidden spoils. There's definitely an advantage to having played this game multiple times before and being familiar with a number of the secret locations. Because now all those hidden spoils and the loot that's contained therein, they will help you. Make it easier to advance through the game. Oh wow, we are over 100 flasks now. And that is level 30.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. Let's have a quick look. So, last episode we grabbed 1 point into Counter-Strike and that was it. In between I leveled a couple more times, so I did round up all the other abilities. So we have Deadly Momentum, just some extra damage to our Cadence. We have Break Morale, which just weakens enemies a little bit when you do a war cry. Doesn't look overly impressive, but no, the skill Disrupt might be useful. Scars of Battle increases armor absorption rate, which is pretty cool, since it will make all your armor more effective until you get capped, which we are right now. So I have been spending 1 point in Overguard and shield training, and then just putting the other one towards advancing to 50. And we're getting pretty good. I mean, every level does add some extra block chance. So currently our block chance is at 43%. See, this is at 20. I want to get this one to 10, and then we're gonna go to Physique again. And now time for Rovena Cur. The local boss mob. Oh, there's a priest in here, so the priest must die. I think we killed the priest, so we can go back. Oh, wait now. So in this case, the damage from them is not really enough to do any inconvenience to us. So I'm just ignoring the archers and focusing on killing the boss. And in the process, the archers are gonna get hit by the damage reflection. It's only 10%, but it will add up over time, so therefore it makes it easier to take them out once we are done dealing with the boss. So this is a rather tough boss. It's also a dodgy boss. Definitely doesn't help. Oh, right now we can basically outlast anything. And there's not really a lot of things that are truly dangerous in the... No, there are challenge dungeons, there's the hidden path content, things like that. And you don't want to underestimate that. As I say this, I'm actually being pushed below 2000 life for the first time in the entire battle. It could be just the boss engaging panic mode. And then that's that.
I can't carry anymore.
And now this is the point where we are completely full. Hey. Portal out, empty pockets, portal back in.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Let's see. This looks like a decent shield. Okay, everything that's just obvious to sell, do that first. No big damage downgrade, complete mismatches item-wise. Lower armor. Potential improvement, potential improvement, potential improvement. Lower armor. It's also worse, also worse. Also worse. A lot of things are pretty easy to just dismiss, some things are not. Also some things require more levels, which also makes it easier to just ignore them. These as well. Two-hander, that looks fine. So I think like, hey, damage upgrade? No, it's just a two-hander. Which makes sense that it's a damage upgrade. Some ether resistance, but it's worse in all other aspects. No damage reflection component to it, though the 300 points of damage blocked is nice. Light radius and damage, no thanks. So put that one in the back there, okay. Spectral Axe, that's a one-hander. Actually worth considering, but we'll stick with what we got. Another one of those ghost shields. Worse boots, worse helmet, worse. Worth considering. Okay, so this one is empty, that one is empty. Sort this a little bit. Got 2 shields, we got 3 pants. And we got this one. This one I think I reasoned that we would just lose too much in terms of resists and stats. So we will get a better one basically. Pants, more armor. No retaliation, but we do get more resistances. This one is worse, just nothing on here. This is worth considering. Sort of, kinda. Well, we are capped on fire, we are capped on poison, so there's no point in increasing that. And I do like the retaliation or current pantsers, so we're gonna keep with what we got. Over here, they both have just over 100 fatality retaliation, but the percentage bonus is lower. This one gives a bunch of health, 343 health, 4% defensive ability. No, that's also not too shabby. The fatality damage is just for the blitz and things like that. This one has a ton of resistances. Fire and poison, which are both maxed, so... Nah, we're gonna stick with what we got. There's no point in this. And we'll just keep those things on us. Wait, then we go back to the Arkovian Undercity. Pick up the loot. Open up this and we push onwards. We did kill all the ghosts, so all that's left now is the boss ghost. Oh, and of course, these guys. There's 3 priests here. They really must not like to die.
I can't do that yet.
I just want to pick up this piece of chilled steel. Get out of my way. Yes, thank you. Okay. I think that takes out all the casters here,
Can't
so
do
we can
that yet.
finally get back to murdering things. Okay. Another big room that's gonna get a gargantuan, is it? No, just a bunch of regular mobs. Some priests in here, some priests over
Can't do
there.
that yet.
This room always feels like it should contain gargantuans, but it doesn't always. Might be that sometimes you do get a gargantuan spawn here, it might be a random boss spawn or something like that.
That
Or a
skill's not
random
ready.
heroic spawn. Or however you would call that. Hey. Each of the boar. Come on, be picked up. Yes. Ah, there's a priest there.
Skill's not ready.
Hey. And I think that concludes our business here. Time to move on to the next area. This was a more compact area. Well, skeletal
Can't do that.
monstrosity. I think sometimes this also spawns with a heroic body. And I see multiple priests. Let's take them out first. Okay, that one is no more. Then we got one over there. It's gone. Just double checking, is there any more? Nope. Green light remains out. Got a warlock here though. Oh, they do fatality damage, which I'm not really good at resisting just yet. So getting something to help with that, not a bad idea. And that was the monstrosity. Oh, there is a priest in the back. I completely overlooked this one. Well, that light went out though.
That skill's not
Revenant, summoning stuff, it happens. Okay. And is there any form of loot here? Not anymore. Cool. Then we can cross over and deal with the boss. Ooh, he's usually pretty tough to deal with the first time through. And on subsequent tries he gets
That
easier to
skill's
deal
not
with.
ready.
So for now we're gonna actually ignore the boss and deal with the add-ons. Or actually Kilry and the Tainted Soul. So standing in the circle we can tank it. It's not instantly lethal, but there's probably smarter things we can do than standing in here and tanking it. Problem with this area though is if you move around too much,
I can't do
you
that.
get all kinds of additional spawns, which actually can hurt, especially if you also get the purple circle. Yeah, that thing, that abomination is not the best combination with the boss's purple circle.
Can't do that yet.
Yeah, see? Because then the one pins you down and the other one tries to murder you.
I can't do that yet.
Luckily, we killed it. Now we can go back to this one.
I can't do that yet.
Okay.
I can't do that yet.
This might take a little. Despite having access to our
That skill's not
brutal
ready.
shield slam. Boss with lots of health remains boss with lots of health. And of course we just, now we have a decent ability cycle that we're just gonna cycle through. And he seems to have, well, I was gonna say he seems to have stopped using that purple circle of his. But maybe a combination with Overguard. And we can regenerate it. Maybe to a certain degree. And then the shrine. Oh, we need a chilled steel. I always figured this was one that you could... No, that would be just guarded by the area, and killing the boss would be enough. Apparently it's not. Yeah, a quick look over our gear. Ooh, that's more than double the current armor. Definitely worth considering. Let's see, a lot of regen but no resists. More damage on the hammer. It's also some damage over time, some attack speed. Nah. The other one, our current one, has some health on it, which is pretty nice to have. All damage, nope, nope, nope. Fire is on a thing we don't really care about. Gilbrin's a Shadow Soul and a Shield Steel. We need a Shield Steel, so let's grab one of those from our storage and then clear it.
Got something you need stashed?
Just put everything in here, hit the magic button, and then, was it shift click? No, control click, yeah. Shift click moves stuff around.
I'll keep an eye on this.
So this one... Nah, this is not good enough. We want something with resists or reflection or something useful, but reduced restoration is just not powerful enough. Oh, the... Rotten Heart, this is the one I was talking about for making this. It's 11k. And it also requires ether crystals to craft, like most things.
See you around.
Let's go back. Over there. We click it. We sacrifice it. We get stuff. Always like how that works. Click it, get loot. Well, we're working on the Dryad, so gets us health and gets us energy regen. Which is nice since energy is, well, something that we use quite a bit of. And also the Counter-Strike aura or maintained ability, it's not really an aura, it does consume 1 energy per second. So getting it back from the Dryad definitely helps. Especially because the point from the Dryad does scale with a spirit and other bonuses to your energy regeneration. This is what I was talking about where earlier, this is where you come out and we can just walk over to the exit of the area. Because we have scouted it already. And yeah, I'm just ignoring the things. The undead. And that gets us to this area. Hello. Oh yeah. Help her find and kill her daughter. Turned into a harpy. And then... Waypoint. We has it. So, that concludes this episode. This one... Also, why is it loading for so long? Well, that concludes this episode. We did a major gear upgrade, discussed it all, went quite some time into just devotion tree changes, and then we cleared the entire Arkovian Undercity. So, next episode we are going to continue into the Broken Hills, things like that, do the... make our way towards the Steps of Torment. I think we're gonna go harpy hunting and maybe do the Steps of Torment the episode after. Because of course there's a devotion shrine down there as well that we really like to have. So for now I'm gonna thank you very much for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.